Hey everybody, John Skiba here from the Consumer Warrior YouTube channel, and in this video I'm going to share with you the #1 reason that I have seen that people end up filing for bankruptcy. But if this is your first time here at my YouTube channel, please click subscribe, check on that little bell. That way you'll be notified each and every week when I put out new videos that'll help you deal with serious debt problems. All right, I was reading online the other day, as us bankruptcy attorneys do, reading articles about bankruptcy, and I read something that I've actually read multiple times over my nearly 20 years of helping people file for bankruptcy here in Arizona, and that is they were saying that the #1 reason people file for bankruptcy is medical debt. That people have a medical situation and, all the bills start piling up and they file for bankruptcy because of that medical situation. Now, as I said, I've read that numerous times over my career, and I have filed bankruptcy for thousands of families, and I just haven't seen that be true. I haven't seen that be accurate. And as I read this most recent article, I think I'm realizing why I'm not seeing that when that's what all the articles are saying. The articles, I went back and looked, and they often will say that people cite medical expenses as one of the leading considerations of why they're filing for bankruptcy. So what they're doing is they're just asking people who are going through bankruptcy, and they're saying, why did you file for bankruptcy? And they say that people are citing to the fact that there's some medical issues there. Now, I think that's different than saying that they actually went and looked at the bankruptcy documents, the bankruptcy schedules, and we're adding up, the types of debts, because that's different in that they're not actually looking at what actually is happening. They're just asking people to explain why they feel like they're filing for bankruptcy. And I don't doubt that medical debt is a part of it, but I can tell you mostly what I see is credit card debt, personal loans, those kind of things. But the #1 thing that pushes people into bankruptcy is wage garnishment. Without question, lawsuits, all that, those are scary, those are cause stress, but the wage garnishment, Dave Ramsey, I saw a statistic he often cites that say that 78% of American residents live paycheck to paycheck. And so the wage garnishment comes in, and all of a sudden in Arizona, they can take 25% of your check. That for most families is just completely financially crippling. There's no way that they can continue to pay the mortgage, pay the rent, pay groceries, house payment, car pay, all that kind of stuff. It's just not possible if that much of the paycheck is being taken. And so one of the biggest benefits to bankruptcy is that when I file bankruptcies for clients here in Arizona, we file an emergency petition, it's called. We can file that very quickly, and then we get an order from the judge immediately that we can provide to the employer, to the creditor, to payroll, all those people, so that the wage garnishment stops. Not only that, we can generally get rid of the underlying debt. So the #1 reason I have seen over the many years of my career as a bankruptcy attorney is not medical bills. Yes, it does play a role. Most people do have some type of medical debt. I don't dispute that. I just don't see it being a thing where that's the main reason most people are filing. I think a lot of people will cite to it saying, yeah, I do have some medical debt. I also think one element is just kind of human nature. I think that I can tell you most people that file for bankruptcy, they do not want to be there. It's something that is a difficult decision. It's something that people feel, morally they feel horrible about, even if they didn't put themselves in that situation. But I think that it feels somewhat better if we can justify, hey, I had to file because of the medical, even if the medical wasn't the main reason. So I'm not saying good or bad. I'm just saying that that's what my opinion is as far as what maybe leads a lot of people to cite that as the main reason that they're filing for bankruptcy. But if you're dealing with wage garnishment, if you're in the state of Arizona, if you think you need to know about the bankruptcy process and you want to bounce it off somebody to see if it's something that's a good option in your situation, you talk to me. I do free consultations for people who are residents of the state of Arizona when it comes to bankruptcy. And I surprise a lot of people. There are a lot of situations where I say bankruptcy is not a good option, and we can talk about some non-bankruptcy options as well. So hopefully that's helping you out. If you're considering bankruptcy and not knowing if that's the best option, give me a call. I'm happy to see if we can help you out, and I appreciate you watching today.